Today in Fashion Guide, one of the first in fashion, Kazakh fashion designer Berk Ismailov told us how he started his career and became one of the most important fashion design professors in the country. New York Fashion Week, only for men for the first time. A review of several collections, hundreds of years of menswear. The new video goes viral on the internet. Fashion Personality, Jan Ray, watch it now. The known couturier Berk Ismailov is deservedly called the guru of Kazakh fashion. For many years now, he makes clothes for Kazakh showbiz stars like Roza Riambayeva, Makbal Junusova, Zhania Albakirova, Murat Yirgaliyev. His fashion career spans for almost 20 years. He has a lot to share with his young colleagues. He told us how it all started.
Когда 96-й год это был, да, мне было тогда 30 с лишним лет, и в Алмате, в Казахстане, был такой сезон Востока.
In 1996, I was 36 and I had my first fashion show at the Eastern Season Fashion event in Almaty, Kazakhstan. I was so inspired.
Выступил, показывал свою коллекцию, потому что это было такое вот вдохновение.
In fact, he became interested in sewing in his last school years. Back then, his classmates were laughing at such a hobby, so Berk first got a degree of aviation design engineer. Went to Tashkent, had successful engineering career. With time, he shifted to fashion design, though it wasn't easy back in the 1990s.
И мы брали старые ткани, на рынке покупали какие-то черные ткани.
We bought some fabrics at a bazaar, made skirts with chains, made some fashionable clothes, sold them at the bazaar. I made female swimsuits, and that's how it was done back then, in the 90s.
Это был такой период, это были 90-е годы.
Perestroika and constant moving from one place to another brought difficult times. Berk says that in Tashkent, he passed the indispensable survival exams and a fateful encounter with Lubov Krasnikova Aksyonova, whose sewing system Berk used. She invited him to her courses in Moscow.
Это женщина, которая делала первое платье Аллы Борисовны Пугачевой.
She made Alla Pugachova's first dresses. People of my generation would easily recall her famous clothes in which she sang her Arlequina. So I met her and she told me that I had poorly calculated cuts. She had a patented system. So I went to Moscow, she taught me and gave me the right to teach other people.
Таким вот образом, без всяких расчетов. А ее система, она есть узаконена, систематизированная. Я уехал в Москву, отучился у нее, и она мне дала статус преподавания.
Getting back to Almaty, Berk devoted all his time to fashion, making clothes and teaching the younger generations of designers. In 2004, with his Jaktau collection, he became a member of the International Designers Union. One of his recent achievements was the victory of the singer Dumash Kudabergenov in the Slavic Bazaar singing contest. Berk made stage costumes for the singer.
Буквально за 3 дня позвонили с филармонии с Актюбинска.
3 days before the contest, I got a call from the Oktябрь Philharmonica and City Hall. They asked me to stage costumes for Dimash. 2 days ago, I watched him sing on television and saw him get a grand prize. It is worth a lot.
Я буквально 2 дня назад слушал его песни, и когда объявили, что он получил гран-при, это дорогого стоит.
Students come to study with Berk Ismailov from Kazakhstan and abroad. His students open ateliers and workshops of their own and send thank you letters to their teacher. A breakthrough in New York City, a milestone event for the global fashion industry. An exclusive menswear fashion week was held in the U.S. Couturiers waited for this event for 20 years now. Earlier, New York Fashion Week had mixed shows, with rare men's collection among hundreds of women's wear shown twice a year. 50 brands took part in the new Fashion Week. The designers found this event extremely exciting.
There's so much great talent here in New York. There's such a great contribution from the men's designers that work here in the city. I'm thrilled to see that they're having their own moment.
New York fashion designers Raul Arvalo and Brad Schmidt founded their brand Cadet in 2011, inspired by the military.
So the collection is inspired by a vintage photograph of World War II paratroopers who invaded Normandy. They were the first to come into Normandy. And I was so inspired by the picture because it's very timeless, it's very masculine. But what I did is we updated the silhouettes and we updated the fabrics. So we're using a lot of tech fabrics. We're using natural fabrics such as cotton, merino wools.
The known fashion brand Public School stays true to the street fashion aspects. To show their collection, 5 rooms for criminals identification parade. This was the designer's idea of unity and solidarity.
It's really sort of going back to our roots of menswear and reestablishing the classic public school look, this idea of crisp tailoring meets sportswear. And so, you know, there's always been this idea of a public school uniform. So we wanted to set it against a backdrop that, you know, that really sort of brought that idea out. And so, you know, you might sort of get the traditional images of what you would expect from a police lineup, you know, contextualizing or marginalizing a certain race or a certain group of people. But we wanted to sort of break those notions up and put like really well-dressed men and reinforce the idea that, you know, we're all sort of the same when we're lined up side by side.
The brand is most famous for monochrome style, with black, white, and gray being the main palette with no splashes of color. A veteran Ralph Lauren fashion house strays true to the traditions of its polo brand. The designers announced the return of double-breasted coats as business attire and evening looks. Meanwhile, casual style looks combine hoodies, ties, sports coats, and denim shirts. In their new collection, designers offer a variety of fabrics and prints: a red firefighter jacket with seams and metal champs, blue tartan, camouflage pants, and relaxed proprietary blue denim, of faded jeans, shirts, and jackets. Menswear Fashion Week in New York City is a very special event indeed. On its eve, a video of an evolution of men's fashion within 1915 and 2015 was released. The 3 minutes of the video show how the men's looks were changing over the past 100 years. You'll see a guy from the Great Gatsby era wearing a striped coat, an elegant hat, and rock and roll in leather jacket jeans and sneakers. Decades fly by before your eyes as we get to 2015. The modern guy looks modest as compared to his predecessors. He chooses skinny and cotton shirts. By the way, the male fashion video makers also shot a hugely popular video, 100 Years of Women's Fashion in 2 minutes. Since we talk about fashionable men, it's time for the Fashionable Personality. Meet Jan Ray, photographer, model agency owner, fashion designer, and founder of several big projects, and one of the most stylish people of Kazakhstan. You can spot him at every fashion event. Jan told us what influences his style and how he creates his look.
На него влияет прежде всего, наверное, путешествие.
Jan Ray, it travels, prices, affordability, and originality that influence my style. I like to combine the incompatible. I like eclectic styles. It's a symbiosis of various trends. I don't follow any special trend. It all depends on the mood or the location.
Такого определенного направления нет, зависит от настроения, от геолокации.
Traveling around the globe, fashion photographer taps into different energies with influences, outlook, and appearances. Over the years of working in the fashion industry, his looks and styles have undergone extreme changes. He is always game for experiments, wearing flamboyant clothes and changing his hair color, adding tattoos, piercings on his skin. The skull-shaped earring in Thomas Sabo, the golden earring Givenchy. I used to be a fashion ambassador of Thomas Sabo in Almaty and often bought something there. This one I bought in Almaty. The other one, Givenchy, I bought in Paris. Jan is Kazakhstan's most important trendsetter. He sets the bar high. His style is imitated, though the fashion guru says that he is not following trends or the latest news of the fashion world. I believe it's bad taste to buy the latest collection. My style is a skillful combination of cheap and expensive clothing. Jan Ray's most important piece of clothing are his glasses, shorts, and shoes. His favorite fashion designers are Dries von Noten and Jonathan Anderson and Khan Kachum from Kazakhstan.
Я считаю, что если человек запоминается своим внешним видом.
I think if a person has a memorable look, then a person is stylish. That means his look must be very comfortable. The style of his clothing is comfortable and relevant.
Ну, стиль одежды имеется в виду комфортно и к месту.
Jan Ray is a manifestation of transformation, of how changing fast his looks and styles. A photographer walked the path from a flamboyant youth to a businesslike and elegant dandy. That's all for today. Don't miss the next exciting adventure in the world of fashion, style, beauty, and the Fashion Guide.